Today, we enter China. The size and scale of the infrastructure we were already seeing was mind-blowing and unlike anything we'd seen so far on this trip. Dad's never used chopsticks before. That's crazy. They're watering their crops with a drone.
Well, I'm not surprised it's ultra clean. I feel absolutely dwarfed.
From the very beginning of this journey, there was one country that stood apart. China, a place we'd only seen from a distance. A place that felt closed off, almost unreachable. We knew almost nothing about what awaited us beyond the border, only that it would be unlike anywhere we'd been before. What we didn't realise was just how quickly those challenges would come, from unexpected encounters with the police to underestimating the brutal summer heat as we approached one of the hottest places on Earth. Today, we enter China. Just packing up the bike, we've got about 40 kilometres to pedal to the border. And then we've got the border crossing, hopefully that will run smoothly. And then the next 2 months, we'll be pedalling across one of the most incredible countries on Earth. And I cannot wait.
New country, new cultures. Lots of police to look after us. And Chinese food for 2 months.
Yummy!
You can't go wrong with that.
China, here we go.
Gone for a bit of a shortcut to avoid a massive long road, but it means you're going to have to be humping the bikes up and over the barrier.
Let's go to China.
Now entering the border control zone as we approach China. How are you feeling?
A whole mixture, but excited. That's the main thing.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Bring on China. It took us a couple of hours to get through the border crossing, and it was actually a lot smoother than I was anticipating. I didn't film anything for obvious reasons, but just like that we were through and had begun the fourth leg of our around the world bike ride. Across the border, and we are into China. Wow, it's a lot more built up. Took a couple of hours to get through, but eventually made it here. First things first in China, food. We've stopped at the first restaurant we found. I wonder what this is. Interesting caps.
That's what they used to be like in the UK.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, this has just arrived. It's definitely not the plate of chicken we ordered, but noodles with stuff. Look at that. First meal in China. Dad's never used chopsticks before. How you finding it?
Lovely.
It's getting there. Now I've got to figure out how to pay. I know you use Alipay or WeChat, and I used Alipay earlier, but I don't really get how it works in a restaurant. They like put our order on a code and then we scan it, but yeah, that's what they say. 66, okay. I have to use the code. Here it is. Code, scan, scans it, enter amount. 66? Okay, put 66 in, pay. And just like that, we're paid for dinner. Wow, that is easy. You scan a code, put the number in, and the money's transferred straight across. £6 for 4 drinks and 2 big plates of noodles. Not too bad. Xie. They have designated paths for cyclists and scooters. Not had any of them since Europe. Hotel for the night, apparently.
Oh dear. You sure that Mr. Zero off the end of the bill?
£23.
23 quid.
Yeah.
This is cheaper than the worst hotel in the world that we stayed at in the middle of Uzbekistan. Time for some dinner.
Luckily the menu had pictures, so we just pointed at what looked nice. Let's see what comes. That's this suspicious looking drink. That's warm. It's just tea. Wow. Don't know what we got here, but it looks good. We might have accidentally ordered enough food for a big family. We just chose 3 different things, but they're huge. Packing up the bikes for our first full day here in China. We're heading up into the mountains. Well, we're not allowed on the highway. Police have stopped us as soon as we've got on it at the toll booth. So we're just trying to figure out a solution that it's the only way we can go. So, the police said we couldn't go right up this road, but they said they're going to arrange for us to get in a truck to take us to the top. This is the only route option we have. It's the only way to Urumqi from where we are. So they're just helping us now get in a car. Okay, we've got into a truck, and we've both managed to get in, and we've brought the bikes in the back behind. Take us to the top. Our driver's having a right old giggle in the front. He's loving having us in here. No. No smoke. I don't think those guys quite got the assignment. They were meant to take us all the way to the end of the road, but we're about 30k further up the road, so we just missed a 30-kilometer climb. I mean, we didn't have a choice. We had to come up here. But wow, this is insane. Look at this view. The size and scale of the infrastructure we were already seeing was mind-blowing, and unlike anything we had seen so far on this trip. We said goodbye to our new friends and cycled up the last part of the climb to reach Sairam Lake. We pedalled around the side of the lake before starting the massive descent. Cycled past a little police checkpoint just there. There's 2 policemen, and somehow they didn't see us. They were looking the other way. We managed to sneak past, which is good because we want to cycle on this highway. It feels a little bit illegal. I mean, it is. We're not meant to be on here, but it's the only option. And it's now all downhill with a tailwind. We're about 60 or 70k before the little side road comes back in again. So we're going to try and get to there without getting caught. What a first full day in China. After quite a slow start and then the hitchhike job this morning, we've been flying this afternoon. We've dropped 1,500 meters of elevation since the lake, and we're on this highway on the shoulder. We're not meant to be on here, but we had a couple of police cars go past us and they didn't seem to batter an eyelid, so I think we should be good for the end, until we get to the end, find somewhere to stay. It is very hot now. We've dropped down here though. It must be sort of mid-30s. It's strong. Wow, what a day. We just checked into a little guest house here in the first village we can find, and they have a restaurant, so we've come down for some dinner. This is what we've got. It looks incredible. How is it, Dad?
Yeah.
Noodles and some meat kind of thing. They cooked it in the kitchen right here, all fresh for us. Just tuck in. Not a great night's sleep. Power went out, and then the power came back on about an hour later, and all the lights and the TV turned on. But we're up nice and early this morning. Sunrise here is at 7 in the morning, which is really nice, so we can get out like normal time. Relax. But yeah, sunrise here is at 7 in the morning, which is nice, because it means we can just get out. We don't have to wake up super early to cycle in the cool morning air. But yeah, time for our second full day in China. Breakfast. Che. How's the Chinese pasty?
Same as a Cornish pasty, but more Chinesey.
You taste good. Friendly guy just given us our second breakfast. Don't know how I'm meant to carry this, but we're going to strap it to the bike and eat it in a bit.
Josh has found another big drone.
That's crazy. They're watering their crops with a drone.
There you go.
Thank you. That's good. Most of the highways in China have these little side roads that run parallel to them, and we're allowed to cycle on these. And there's usually very little traffic on them, and yeah, this one's smooth and nice. Got the noise of the main road, but it's nice not to have big lorries overtaking all the time.
Yep, not a lot of water around here.
These two locals on a bike are just following and trying to ask questions as we're going along.
Hello.
Hello.
I think riding a motorbike and Google Translate at the same time is probably a bit like...
English.
You don't speak English? They stopped by the side of the road. After we passed them, turns out they've been buying us drinks.
Chinese energy drink.
Lovely.
Heading into our first city in China, and it's a small city. It's still massive. It's really cool.
And it's just skyscrapers everywhere ahead of us. It's massive. Well, I'm not surprised it's ultra clean. Given the number of cameras that are around, you wouldn't want to drop anything, you'd be locked away. Also noticed the complete lack of graffiti anywhere. Impressed?
Yeah, this is just a tiny little city.
Teeny weeny.
We have cycled into the small city of Kuiton, but it's actually massive. It puts a small city in Europe, makes it look like a little village. It's high-rise buildings and traffic and people everywhere, but I just checked into a hotel, and now here in Xinjiang it's illegal to wild camp, and it's pretty heavily enforced by the police. And also because the sun doesn't set until 10 PM, it's going to be quite hard to sort of sneak into a camp spot. So yeah, we book in hotels, and luckily hotels here are so cheap. This hotel was 25 quid, twin beds, good view out the window of the city, AC, just what we need. I can get on with some work, and yeah, so it looks like we're going to be staying in hotels and guest houses for the rest of our time in this province, and we'll see as we go into other provinces in China what the rules are, because we want to be reducing the amount of interactions with the police as much as possible. So yeah, that's why we're staying in hotels all the time. Out of our hotel window, I spotted a familiar logo, so I've come to check it out for dinner. And let's go see what a McDonald's is like here in China. Their menu's actually really similar to the UK's. There's not many things different on it. Let's have a look what we want. We've ordered a few different things. It was £8. Let's see what comes. Big Mac's very similar to the UK. These fries are really good, crispy fries. And the drink's good as well. Lemon and sea salt soda. All the cities are laid out similar to America. They're just big grids, big wide streets. Makes navigating pretty simple. There's no traffic at 7:30 in the morning either. Which makes it nice to ride down these streets. Started the day off with a pretty big climb. Quite a gradual one, but long. And you can look back and see the city that we just spent the night in all the way in the distance. Pretty impressive. Everything here is just huge. Oh, I got my first flat of the trip. 9,000 kilometers without a single flat tire for me, but it looks like it's just a slow puncher, slowly going down. And it's like 38 degrees, so not the nicest temperature to be pumped up a tire in, but that's what we've got to do.
Stop. It's not, is it? Right, let's change the bloody tube on this.
Back-to-back punctures. Over and about 60 kilometres further on, a bit of metal was jammed into my tyre, on the same tyre. We thought today was going to be a nice easy day into Urumqi. It's 40 degrees, we've got to replace another puncture. Tyre back on, all pumped up, punch repaired. Let's head into Urumqi.
I feel absolutely dwarfed. Currently a small provincial city. In UK, the only city bigger would be London.
Come for some street food here in Urumqi. No clue what flavour this is, but maybe apple? I don't know, green Fanta. That's alright. I like it.
It's a bit bizarre.
Yeah, just apple.
Yeah.
还有烧烤，
谢谢，谢谢。
好的。
Urumqi is the most landlocked city on earth. It is the city that is furthest away from an ocean or sea. Which is crazy. We're so far away from any water. It also has a population of 4.9 million people, which would make it the fourth largest city in Europe after London, Moscow and Istanbul. Yet it's only the 30th largest city in China, showing you just how many big cities there are here. And this is just a relatively small one in comparison to so many of the other cities in China. We're not going to be seeing too many. I think Chengdu is only the other big city we'll really be seeing, but yeah, it's impressive. It's just a massive concrete jungle.
Well, I've had to make some pretty fundamental decisions about the next stage of the route and the risks of going through the desert section are far higher than anticipated.
All the blogs online and anyone else I've spoken to that's done this section didn't do it in the middle of summer. They did it in October or March, which they said was a bit more bearable, but still a massive challenge with the headwinds. So I think doing it in the middle of summer with 40+ degree heat is pretty stupid. It's the hottest place in China. It's the second lowest point in the world, below sea level. So yeah, we just agreed that it's stupid. We won't gain anything out of doing it, except I guess completeness. But you know, we're still going to be cycling 30,000 kilometers around the world.
So unfortunately, we're going to have to take a train section, which we've just now booked, to then pick up the bikes again and carry on pedalling. Not what we wanted, but safety's got to come first, regardless of anything else, and we want to enjoy the journey and enjoy it together, and that's what we're going to do.
And it just gives us now more time to explore more interesting parts of China. Instead of just looking at desert, we'll actually be able to see some other stuff. So we've booked a train from here in Urumqi to a town called Juangquan, which is the end of the Great Wall of China. We're going to head there and then cycle from there. We're both confident that this is the right decision. We're both happy with this decision, which is the main thing. There'll probably always be a tiny little bit of regret for not doing it, but the pros far outweigh the cons. So at this point in time, I'm very happy with this decision, and I think looking back, it's definitely going to be the right decision as well. This is the Turban Depression, which is 150 meters below sea level, the hottest place in China. It's a good thing we're not cycling through it, because they said it was 47 degrees today. It's really big fun.